How do you build an iconic app from day one? Well, at this stage, you're probably flooded with questions, like what features should you build first? What infrastructure will you need? What problem is your app solving? What will it look like? What will it feel like? How will you make money from it? Guys, these questions are all crucial and important, but there's a serious issue in all of them. They're not the natural starting point. Many app developers and startups generally make the mistake of jumping straight into building features, designing interfaces, or deciding on monetization strategies. But first, we must understand, who are we building for? According to a study by CB Insights, 42% of startups fail because there's no market need for their product. This statistic is especially relevant to app development, where failing to address a clear user need often results in high uninstall rates. This shows us the importance of starting with the right question, which is, who is your perfect user? The perfect user exactly matches your app's purpose and value proposition. Everything you create, every feature, every design choice, every marketing message must be for this person. It's about deeply understanding their pain points, their desires, and their behaviors. If you miss this, your app risks becoming one of the many that fail due to a lack of market need, and everything you've built will go to dust. Take Strava, for example. It started as a platform primarily for cyclists to track and share their rides, building a social network around fitness. Now it has expanded to include over 48 sports categories such as running, swimming, hiking, and more, catering to a much broader range of athletes and fitness enthusiasts. Strava's revenue growth was driven by premium subscriptions and sponsored challenges. Its initial perfect user was a cyclist, but now it serves a much more diverse group of fitness enthusiasts who make up a community for anyone who values tracking progress and connecting with others, with more than 135 million athletes worldwide. And this is the true first step. If you can get this part right, you're really setting yourself up for rapid market validation and growth. Miss your perfect user and you'll struggle to gain traction, no matter how great your app may be. So, in this lesson, we'll dive into how to precisely identify and understand your perfect user. Moreover, we'll explain how to avoid common pitfalls that many developers face, and how to focus your efforts on creating a product that is not just a nice to have, but a must have. Okay, to frame this, let's begin with a story about supply and demand, two key components of app success. To understand this concept when it applies to apps, let's imagine two different scenarios. Scenario 1. Imagine a vegetarian person is walking around Milan. It's during lunch hour. He's in Italy, he's in the city center, where there are 10 different options very nearby. Some of these options are serving creative, plant-based Italian cuisine. Others are focused on international vegetarian dishes. This is something called choice paralysis in action. Take scenario 2 though. Imagine the same vegetarian at a remote beach resort just outside Milan. But there is one small cafe at the beach that offers vegetarian options. The cafe's prices are 3 times what he'd pay in the city. Tell me, would he still buy from this overpriced cafe with its limited menu? This is the power of a hungry user. In the first scenario, your app is like those Milan restaurants. It's just one of many options in a crowded market. Let's take, for example, QR code scanner apps. It's a crowded market with many options to compete with. But in the second scenario, your app is the go-to solution for a very specific, very urgent need. Users have no choice but to choose you. An example here is the dating industry and all the niches that exist beyond that. You won't win playing against big players such as Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. But what if you targeted a selective niche in the dating industry? Something like mums over 35 in the US. Suddenly, you have a niche audience that you are able to cater for. You have a hungry audience. You have demand. Let's jump into finding the perfect user. Take, for example, ultra-marathon competitors. These athletes are data freaks. They live and breathe metrics. They track everything from heart rate and VO2 max to elevation gains and split times. It's about the daily journey of pushing their bodies to the limit and every bit of data that helps them optimize their performance. Now imagine developing an app that caters specifically to these ultramarathoners. This app could offer advanced features like real-time tracking of hydration levels,
customized pacing strategies based on terrain, and post-race analytics that break down every single aspect of their run. The more precise and the more valuable the data, the more critical your app becomes to them. And what do you think will happen over time? For these athletes, your app wouldn't just be a nice addition to their routine, it would become a crucial part of their training routine, something they rely on to improve and compete at the highest levels. And because they are so very passionate about their work and their running, they will likely share the app with fellow runners, driving organic growth and establishing your app as the go-to tool in the ultra-marathon community. This is where product-led growth comes into play. PLG, product-led growth, is a strategy where the product becomes the primary driver of acquisition, retention, expansion. Think of Spotify Wrapped as a great example of this. Every year, without fail, Spotify delivers personalized insights to users about their listening habits, from their most played songs to their favorite genres. This data is not just exciting and nice to have, it's something users love to share on social media, creating a viral loop that brings more visibility and users to Spotify without the company needing additional marketing efforts and dollars. Here's what this looks like in practice. Make progress shareable, like how Strava allows runners to showcase their achievements. Create milestones, and create celebrations, like Duolingo's streak achievements, where users can proudly share how far they've got. Furthermore, build features that become more valuable with more friends, like Headspace's buddy meditation tracking that encourages users to invite others. These features aren't just add-ons, they're carefully designed moments that turn satisfied users into active promoters of your app. Let's run through some quick-fire examples of apps that absolutely nailed their perfect user. Let's start off with Flow. Flow is a female health app, and it carved out a strong niche among women tracking their menstrual cycles, supporting them from the first period all the way through menopause. The user experience was so useful that users quickly told their friends about it. And this is all because Flow had a very clearly defined target audience before investing in additional features. Next, let's look at Headspace. Headspace is a meditation and mindfulness app. It speaks directly to those looking for stress relief and relaxation. Again, a very clearly defined audience. Next, we've got Brain FM. Brain FM, if you haven't heard of it, is a music platform for productivity. It focuses on users who want to boost their focus, productivity, or mental clarity in their everyday tasks. Next, we've got Mimo. Mimo is a coding platform. It's specifically designed for beginners, students, and casual learners eager for a hands-on, accessible way to start coding. Start small, expand later. Take a moment to picture your perfect user. This could be for an idea you have. It also could be for an app you're already building. But how old are they? What is their financial status? What do these guys do in their spare time? What pain points do they experience in their daily lives? Additionally, go deeper. What do they really care about? Is it the environment? Is it fitness? Is it friends? Really try and nail this. And once you've identified your perfect user, it's time to think about how to scale and expand your reach beyond this perfect user. And to do this, we're going to use the SOM, SAM, TAM framework. Do you know what it is? Let's start with the first one, your serviceable obtainable market, your SOM. This is the most focused group within your target audience that you can realistically reach and serve with your current resources. Think of it as your most immediate market. Think of it as the lowest hanging fruit. The lowest hanging fruit where your app's value proposition is the strongest. For example, if your app is designed for ultra-marathon runners, your SOM might initially focus on ultra-marathon runners in a specific region or those running in a specific series of races. This group is going to be highly engaged, and they clearly need your app's features. They are more likely to adopt and champion your product than anyone else. Next, let's consider your serviceable available market, your SAM. This is a larger group that shares characteristics similar to your SOM, but may require some additional features, marketing efforts, or geographic expansion. Your SAM might include all endurance athletes, such as marathon runners, triathletes, or trail runners. And while they aren't ultra-marathoners, they are still highly interested in performance tracking, endurance training, and recovery, or features that your app should already be offering. And finally, there's the total addressable market, the moonshot play. This is called the TAM. This represents the largest potential market for your app if you were to scale to its full potential. For the ultramarathon app, your TAM could eventually include all fitness enthusiasts worldwide, interested in tracking their exercise and improving their performance. It could also include people who aspire to be fitness enthusiasts, or who used to be, and want to re-engage with that hobby. Awesome. Now that you understand this, think about a hobby you're super passionate about. Once you have this in mind, think of a feature, preferably small and focused, that you wished existed to enhance your own experience of your hobby. If you're making progress on this idea, go the extra mile and note down any additional features you may need to capture that larger TAM. Alright, once these steps are complete, you have avoided the first major pitfall of app development, which is building for an audience that is not there.